All right, so my topic is on response to stimuli. All right, so now that's what we're going to be trying to learn about today. First of all, I just want to get into it a little bit. Now, we did talk briefly last class about the 6 characteristics of life. Now, I'm going to put them up here, over here. We're going to go through them, see how many you guys can remember, all right? Help you out if you guys get stuck. So does anybody else, okay, so what is one of the 6 characteristics of life? Does anybody remember them?
Cells.
Exactly, it has to be made of cells. Absolutely, is there anything else? Yeah?
It has to consume stuff for energy.
Yes, they use energy. And is there anything else?
They need to be able to get rid of waste.
They self-regulate, of course, yeah. Three more guys. Can you guys come on a little bit more?
Do they produce energy?
Not quite.
They have to be able to reproduce.
Yes, that's another one. As you remember last time, we talked about viruses and how come they're not considered, they're a topic of debate about if they're living or not, because they can't reproduce on their own. So, 2 more. Can I get 1 more and I'll help you out with the last one if you guys get stuck?
I think we're stuck now.
Okay, that's fine, guys. We still have plenty of time to go over it. They grow is one. And then perhaps the most important one we're going to talk about right now is response. Oops. Responding to stimuli. Now that is an important topic that we're going to be going through in detail today. So it's not too big of a deal if you guys don't remember it right now. You definitely will later. So, now, there are, of course, 2 main parts to this right here, isn't it? There's the response and there's the stimulus. So, can you guys take a look at that and tell me, like, what do you think a stimulus could be? If we were to describe it another way, it could be like a stimulating thing. So if you're having a stimulating conversation with somebody,
I want to punch them in the face.
that is something not quite. So if you're getting stimulated in some way, there's something that's going on around you. You're getting engaged with something that's going on around you. So a stimulus is defined as a change in the environment around you. All right? So then if there's something that's going on in the environment around you and you have to change, so what are you going to be doing after that? If something around you changes, what do you think you're going to be doing?
Responding to it.
Exactly. You're going to be responding in some way to it. Now, before we get into some certain examples, because we will, for sure, can anybody tell me about how somebody could detect some stimuli? Detect these changes in the environment. Yeah?
Can you feel it?
They can feel it. That's one. There are other things like that. They're called the 5 senses, which I'm sure here, most people will remember them. You know, we've all gone through the elementary games and everything, and you've done the games where you learn about your nose, you learn about your hands, you learn about your eyes and ears and how you respond with all 5 senses. So the main thing though is that without those 5 senses you wouldn't be able to detect any changes around you. So in order to really appreciate the world around you, in order to discover things, in order to experiment with things, to get that curiosity about the world and learn even more, you have to be able to use all 5 of your senses. Or, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. You need to be able to use your senses in order to interact with the world. You don't need all five senses, of course, because we know that we have deaf friends, we have blind friends who are able to just as well interact with the world and learn as we do. So, I'm going to switch it back to the computer right now. Alright, I wonder, let's see how this works. So guys, for what I ended up doing right now is I took a little bit of time last night. I wrote a small little, it's kind of a strange little choose your own adventure story. Because I wanted to see how you guys are able to interact with the world, how you guys think about exploring the world around you. You know, you have to get creative with it. You have to be really, you have to get the information around you. So if you're in a scenario where, say, you wake up and you don't remember anything from last night, you room here and you kind of feel a little bit strange about it, like, you know, something just doesn't feel right, what would be the first thing that you think you would do out of these options? Would you sit there for a little while and listen to everything around you, maybe? Would you feel around you, like, you know, you're sitting there like, am I like in bed? Am I in a bed here? Is this like, is this a floor? Like, where am I? Would you take a deep breath? See if there's any smells around you, maybe? What would you do? Would you immediately begin to lick everything around you?
Probably open my eyes.
See, now that would be the response most people would have. Nice to get that information to see around you. So let's just say you open your eyes and you notice there's a small window above you. It's probably too small to fit through, it's closed anyways. There's a door by the wall. There's also a table in the corner with a cup of what looks like liquid in it. So now what do? You're gonna go try the door. You're gonna take a deep breath now. You've looked around a little bit, feel around. You're gonna take a sip of the cup.
I might take a sip of the cup. But I also might just try the door.
I appreciate that.
I would sniff the cup.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I usually just drink
Let's just go for it. Why not?
Oh, the door is blistering hot. So what do you do now? So if the door is really hot, what do you think you're gonna do right away?
Stick it in a liquid. We'll pull it off first.
Well, that would be the first reaction, of course.
The entire door?
Yeah. Yeah, you just rip it off with you.
Exactly. Remember, so if you're sitting there in the kitchen, you're making some food, you know, it's late at night, you're kind of hungry, and like, oh, you're all tired and everything, you just kind of lean on the oven and you put your hand on the hot burner. What's your first reaction, of course? Is to pull it away, because that is the stimulus that's happening to you right now. There's a change in your environment. Suddenly it's incredibly hot on your hand, you have to pull it away. Now, what sense do you guys think that is right there? If this door is super hot and like you touch a handle, it burns your hand, what sense do you think you're using to detect that stimulus?
Touch.
Sense of touch. So, now, going back just a little bit, when we first opened our eyes and looked around, what sense did we use there?
Sight.
Yes, we used our vision, we used our sight. So, now, let's go with this one here. You notice a smell coming from somewhere. So, of course, what sense do you think that would be?
Smell.
Yeah, obviously it's smell. Okay, so the smell's coming from outside the door. It's a sweet, sweet smell of baking food. It reminds you of Grandma's homemade pie cooling inside the windowsill. You're suddenly reminded of how hungry and thirsty you are. So, what do you guys think is the response to that stimulus, of that smell?
It makes you hungry?
Yeah. If you smell something pretty good, like right now, if you guys are sitting here and you're a little bit hungry, maybe you skipped breakfast, and I'm sitting here describing this wonderful homemade pie, and it's great, and it's fluffy and just gorgeous, and it's baked with the best blueberries in the world, and it smells just amazing, it's cooling off, and you're about to eat it. Right now, some of you might even be getting hungry as we speak. It's just the way we are. There's a stimulus, you're hearing about things, you're thinking about them. So how you're responding is you're getting hungry, you're getting ready to eat. So, maybe now you're a little bit more risk taking, and you decide, well, I'm really thirsty anyway, so we're gonna take a sip from the cup. Ah, yuck! It's salt water. So if you're drinking salt water, some people can do it, some people don't. There's a stimulus. And what's your response? It doesn't have to be salt water. Something really disgusting in this cup. Don't like the taste of it. You're gonna spit it out, right? That would be your response to that stimulus. And again, what sense do you guys think that would be? Yeah, there you go. Now the last one is you hear your phone ringing. Forgot we had phones here, so you hear it, and it's a text message from your best friend. Ha, got you good. April Fools. We'll be there. Hope you didn't freak out too badly where we put you. All right, so nice little wrap up to the story. But what was that last sense we used when you hear your phone ringing? Your ears, your hearing. Of course, guys. So there you go. That's a pretty good run through of the 5 senses, I think. I mean, we kind of went through them all. So now that's how you detect everything around you. So what kind of stimuli could there be around you? There could be noises. There could be things that touch you, that you touch them and they feel hot, cold, different types of things. You react differently to those. You could hear, you could smell different smells. You could, and for each one of these different stimuli around you, of course, there's going to be different responses, of course. And not everybody's going to respond the same way to the same stimulus. So, in that way, we see that as a little bit subjective in the way that people respond to different stimuli, of course. So, now we're just going to talk a little bit more about the way in which our bodies actually respond to these stimuli. So that's how things can change around us and then we'll respond easily. But how does it happen inside of our bodies? What body system do you guys think we could use to detect different stimuli?
Your skin.
Skin would be one, yeah. But but in order to process the information of what you're perceiving and then send out a response to the body, skin would be a great organ to detect change. It's similar to your ears or your eyes. But what takes in all that information? What processes it so that we can actually use it?
Brain.
Your brain. So there's the neural pathways and the neurons and everything else that goes into that. So we're going to switch over back to the projector again, and I'm wondering how much time I have left. Maybe know the lang. 7 minutes left? Awesome. Alright, so there's a few main parts of the neural pathway here that we're going to talk about today. So the first one is the brain. And who here knows what the brain is? Yeah, the brain is pretty simple to understand. You know, the big kind of thing in your head that controls what you do and how you feel and how you think. What about if we go a little bit more and we say, what is the spine? The spinal cord. Do you guys know what that is, or do you? Yeah? So do you guys know what's inside of the spinal cord? Everybody knows it's your backbone here. It goes up here and it keeps you upright, and your mom tells you not to slouch too low or else, it goes all bendy and you can't stand up straight anymore. But do you know what's inside of it?
Interneurons?
Interneurons, that's a very good answer. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of neurons in the spine. The spine's job is to take all of the information and send it up to the brain. Okay, so let's go a little bit further in here. Those are two of the biggest ones, but what about nerves? Who here knows what nerves are? You ever hear your mom yelling at you and going like, oh, you're getting on my nerves, right? So do you guys maybe have an idea of what those are then? Yeah.
They help us feel things.
Yes, exactly. They help us feel things. So maybe when your mom's telling you that, oh, you're getting on my nerves and everything like that, maybe it's not the best representation of what a nerve is. There are nerves all over your body that help you feel things that you're touching, feel things that see things. There are certain nerves there, certain nerves in your ears that help you hear, certain nerves in your nose and up to your brain that helps you smell better. All different kinds of them. Now, we're going to go a little bit more deeper into it. So a neuron is just a better way of saying nerves. It's a nerve cell, is what it is. So each nerve has many different neurons in it, in a way, in a sense. So could you guys maybe take a second, think about it, and say, what do you guys think a sensory neuron would do? What do you think its job would be?
Would it sense things and maybe send information to the brain?
Yes, it would be the neuron that's in charge of picking up different stimuli around you and sending it to the spinal cord and up to the brain. But what about motor neurons?